Okay. So when we let's say that we work so hard to earn the money, right? Let me close the door. We have a construction new and downstairs. So when we work so hard to earn the money, to earn the wealth, this is the worldly wealth. But even though we have billionaire, right? But when we die, do you think you can bring anything with you? No. But there are five what do you call? In Vietnamese, we call five house, but it's not really a house. Let's say there are five different agents. They will get the wealth. The first one is the fire. The second one is the disaster. Could be tornado, could be flooding, right? Could be those things, right? Hurricane, tornado, flooding. The third one is our children. No, the third one is our wealth will become confiscated by the government. Is that how you say it?
Confiscated.
Confiscated by the government. The fourth one is the robber, the thief. And the fifth one is our children. They are the one who divide our wealth, who fight each other on our wealth. That's scary. So it doesn't matter how much we do. If we do not have the blessing, we do not know how to generate the blessing, this will happen. Yes, temporary, they have wealth. But that temporary wealth, if they don't know how, if they do not have the blessing, that wealth will be divided by those five agents. But if this is the worldly wealth, right? What about the wealth, spiritual wealth? That means we do all kinds of charity work, right? We help each other. We help living beings to you do the give to the homeless. You do the teaching to help them. For example, you help to tutoring the ESL class for the Vietnamese kids. And you also we share the Dharma. This well right here, no one can get it from you because this well is invisible. They are not material. Does it make sense? This is the true wealth. The worldly wealth is not the true wealth. And so if someone that we have helped them so much and they come back, they against us. But if we do not have any ill will against them, that's how you protect your own wealth. Does that make sense to me?
Yes, that makes complete sense. And that's exactly where my thoughts went when this happened, because it was just like, okay, let's keep it straight. Not that I want anybody to get harmed, but for my own well-being. I didn't want to pull myself down into any kind of, bad state of mind. So that's why I was able to release it really easily. And it being the true wealth, that makes sense because you can actually take it with you. Because it stays with you in your consciousness. You'll not that you'll, actively remember it next time around, perhaps, but you'll still have that knowledge. And that's why it's important to study the Dharma.
Even go to the next life, we do not have any memory. We don't remember. We don't remember anything. But it's still in the consciousness, the storehouse consciousness. So it never lost. Nothing gets lost in this universe. So you see Putin, right? He thinks that he's very powerful, right? He thinks that he can hold on the power forever, and he do all nasty things to fulfill his ambition. Well, the more he dig into it, the more he dig the hole for him to bury him. But he also at the same time to bring other people down with him. That's scary. Everything comes from the mind. That's why the Buddha said that all phenomenon is the creation of the mind. I just teach this thing in the U class from the 7th grade up to all the way to 12. So from 4 to 5, also from 12:30 to 1:30 in the Saturday. I teach them the 12 link, but this is the one I just teach them about the 7 element. The 6th element represents for the material, for the non-living thing. The 7th element is for the living thing. You know what I mean, right, William?
No, I'm not sure what you mean. The 7 elements and the 6 being for the material things, the 7th for the non-material ones.
Okay. Let's do this first. And it's a good idea to review this, so it will help you just quickly. Okay. William, go ahead. Oh, you cannot see it? Can you?
No, I can't see anything yet. No.
Oh, I haven't said it yet. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Okay. Namo, fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo, fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo, fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning.
Good, thank you. So I just teach the kid about this thing. So but it's also very important. This is the difference between Buddhism and all other religion in the world. This is the right view and the wrong view. Okay. For the non-living being, living thing, right? Such as plant, tree, and etc. They are created by the earth, water, fire, wind, and space. That makes sense, right? If you have only 4 elements, if you don't have the space, do you think that the plant can be able to survive? You need to have a space for the plant to survive. Okay, the fire, that means the sunlight. Okay. Right now, what about if we want to use the non-living thing here to turn into the material, just like the iPhone, how a car, a table, whatever, the laptop, whatever, right? That is the material that we use every day. Let's assume that you just bought a new table, a wooden table, right? So where the wooden table come from? What do you think?
A tree.
Yeah, come from tree. Well, the tree come from where? From the 5 elements, right? So, but the table also come from the company, right? The company produce the table, the table. And the company basically, what they do is they need to have the designer for a table, right? This designer, what they do, they will create a different designer, different style of the table to make it different style beautifully, right? And it will put into, so that means the designer use the knowledge, right? To visualize the designer of the table inside the knowledge, right? And that one, they be able to visualize, and they will put into the print, they try it on the table, on the computer, right? Or on the paper or whatever. And one, they be able to, that means they transform the visualization of from the mind into the drawing from the table, from the computer, into the computer, right? And one, they happy with it, and they will print it out, and they give you the carpenter. And the carpenter will use the tool, archive tool, and to create the table for this specific design, right? And the carpenter also use his knowledge to create the table beautifully, right? So then the table become available for consumer to buy. So we are the consumer. We buy the table. So ultimately, the table comes from the human mind. So the table is the creation of the mind. So in this, the first 5 elements here, plus the 6th element is called the view. This is knowledge. So the 6th element, it represents for the material. So far, so good?
Mm-hmm.
This is very powerful teaching. No other religion can teach this. Only the Buddha. Why? That is his wisdom. Come from the enlightenment. Okay. So iPhone, right? The Steve Jobs is the one who invented. That means he used his knowledge to visualize the specific type of the iPhone that he wants. And he transformed that into the drawing, into the computer. And he put that drawing, and he give that drawing to the engineering, and ask his engineering, can you be able to create this type of device? And engineering review it, and they say, yeah, I can do it. You know what? After that, the engineering will have the prototype. The prototype basically it's a blueprint of the iPhone. So they will build the actual iPhone. The engineering using his knowledge to create the material from the blueprint. So basically, iPhone, it not come from Steve Jobs, but it comes from the human knowledge. This is the view element. That is the knowledge. How a car, whatever you name, it comes from the view knowledge. That means the first element is not really create the product that we use. Without the knowledge, you cannot have a product. With the knowledge, you can have a product. A TV, a laptop, whatever. This is important. Yeah. Let's say that we buy a new house, right? A new house is created by the company. A company, they do have the designer to create a different model of the house. And the architect will create a blueprint for the specific model of the house. And therefore, the constructor will base on the blueprint to build the house. Everything comes from the human knowledge. That's why human knowledge is also consciousness in terms of energy. Because in this world, the the scientists, they view the world as energy, right? Atom, proton, electron, all those, and all those things, it's just energy. So it will align with the Buddha teaching is view and consciousness. What about the living being? Okay, one more thing I want to distinguish for you to understand. In the Theravada, they believe the 6 element only. They do not have the 7 element. But the number 6 element, they don't call the view, but they call consciousness. But remember, in the Mahayana Sutra, the Buddha say that the 7 element is the consciousness. I missed that? Did I miss that? Okay, right. Living being right here. Earth, water, fire, wind, space, view, and consciousness. I just add the word alaya consciousness. But actually it's called consciousness. That is the 7. But in the Theravada, they say instead of view, they say consciousness on the number 6 because they only know the 6, they don't know the 7. What does that mean? In the Theravada, for the consciousness only, that's the subject we study for many months and years, right? They only believe the first 6 consciousness. That means the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body, and the mind. And the mind consciousness is basically the brain. Remember, the brain only considered to be the view, the knowledge, not to be considered. So their consciousness is not the storehouse consciousness. So I think their consciousness is just the view. And what they believe is when a person passed away, they said that this person will go to the rebirth right away. No, for 49 days. There's no such thing called the border. The border period. Do you think that makes sense? In the Theravada view? That means a person who just passed away, they will immediately reborn.
In the Bardo state seems to have a certain degree of like poetry to it, and it makes sense because in that state we're drawn to things that like based on the actions we've habitually done in life, the things we habitually think about, like that we then are drawn to a particular reincarnation that matches that momentum, that patterning, that karma. So it makes sense as that being a mechanism, to have that where we reincarnate being unrelated to anything like around the time of like, because after death, if like no choice we make after death or no thing influences at all, it doesn't seem to make as much sense. It seems like it could be plausible. Like there's nothing to flat out for me to reject that idea without some doubt about that rejection.
Do you know why they think like that?
Well, if they don't have the alaya consciousness,
Yeah, they do
would
not have a alaya
express?
consciousness.
Yeah.
Alaya consciousness teaching in the Mahayana Sutra.
Mhm.
And remember the law of cause and effect in Buddhism. You know how it works?
Yeah, cause and condition come
And
together to create the effect.
yeah, that's right. So the cause is something is already done in the past. You cannot change it. But the condition is the current life, right? That is where we creating right now. That we create a good or bad depend on cause plus condition give you the effect. So if someone die and they all automatically rebirth without the bottle state, that means you missing the condition.
Mm-hmm.
This is that means this will invalidate the law of cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, you understand so far? Tell me.
Yes, I understand.
This is important, very important. So and think about this, because we live in this world, right, for so long, and is that easy for the person to give up everything and go right away? No, not at all. Because let's say that we have wife, we have children, we have well, it's not easy to give it up. If we cannot give it up, how could we be able to be born right away? Doesn't make sense at all. Even within Buddhism, we still have problems. The reason I distinguish here, so when you hear something on the Theravada, we have to rethink. It doesn't mean that we reject the Theravada teaching. The Theravada teaching is also the Buddha, because the time is not right for the Buddha to teach the profound teaching like the Mahayana. Just like when he teach the element, just like you, let's say that you are the teacher, you have the PhD, and you go down to the elementary and you teach. Can you use your PhD knowledge to teach that? No. Can you use your high school knowledge and to teach them? No. Not even middle school. Only element school knowledge. And gradually, we will help them to move up every year. So that's why the Buddha teaching for the Theravada at that time, it's only that level, nothing else. It doesn't mean that the Buddha do not know. We know very well. But he cannot give this much. The more he give, the more confused they get. Rather than not give them get into confusion, that give them that much. That's all they can be able to absorb. What can they do? Okay. So when they be able to absorb that much, then they can move on to the next level. Okay. So nothing wrong with the Theravada teaching. It's a good thing. The Theravada teaching is the foundation, the fundamental teaching of Buddhism. We need to have the foundation. And it's very good. It helps us to know how to practice in detail. That's a good thing. But in order to generate the bodhicitta mind, to have the generate mind, have to be Mahayana, not the Theravada. Theravada cannot do that. They cannot motivate us. The whole purpose of the Theravada teaching is to liberate themselves, to enter into nirvana, to attain the nirvana. That's the ultimate goal. Not to benefit the limit being. Nothing wrong with that. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. But so anyway, so I think it's this will clear, right? So the Alaya consonant is the storehouse. That is the storehouse store all the good and bad karma, and that is the power of the karma. That is the stream of consciousness. It's constantly flow. Right now we are sitting here, we talking, we thinking at the same time. That means our mind keeps constantly flowing. It never stops. It's just like the river. The same thing. That's why scientists nowadays, they be able to recognize that. Before, they thought that the external world will impact on the inner world. No, opposite. Now they be able to recognize that inner world will impact on the external world more precisely. And this is perfect for the Buddha teaching. I mean, in the Adornment Flower Sutra, the Buddha said that all phenomenon is the creation of the mind. That's perfect right there, right? Okay, anyway, I hope you very clear it, right? This Arya consonant for all living being, not human. Not only human, it's every being. Okay. Okay. Any questions so far?
Note.
Okay, good. All right. So let's go back to our, you know what, let's move on. And we will do the Dormant Flower Sutra at the end, maybe. Okay. So last time we stopped. Okay, let me summarize. The last time we learned about the Ajatasatru, right? I think I pronounced the name correctly, I guess. The king, the one who
Ajatasatru, I think.
he killed his father, and he very afraid of fall into hell, right? Due to his very offensive comment. And he listened to all his sick ministers. Each one of them advised him to go to see the wrong viewer teacher, right? And come to the last minister, it's that is his own personal doctor. He called Jivata something. Let me see. I'm not so sure. Let me copy this. And he the one who tried to convince the king that do not afraid, even though you are afraid the most terrible karma. But you know what? With the Buddha, you should be okay. Okay, I will. This one right Jivaka, he the one he tried to convince the king, right? Finally, the king agreed to go and see the Buddha, right? Did we get there?
Yes, yes.
And on the way that he said that I'm still afraid, right? Can you come and sit next to me? Remember?
I'm not. I don't know if we got that far.
Oh, okay. That I read in Vietnamese as well, so I'm not so sure you. Okay, so and also during the time he tried to convince the king, he also say many different example, right? The one who make a lot of offensive karma, If they see Buddha, they be able to make the offensive karma lessen and lessen, even disappear. One of the well, he give the certificate story about a specific king, right? That the one who commit very offensive karma, like kill the father to for the throne, and also he mentioned about Saka, right? Saka, that means the king of the heaven. During in the past, that means Saka during the Buddha time, right? Saka lifespan is come to an end, right? And Saka very nervous and afraid, but one of his attendant said that in this world, if you take refuge in the Buddha, your remember each time the heaven being, right, before they die, their five sides appear in their body, right? That means the flower on the head is wither, right? The wet, the armpit, they have wet in their armpit, and they did not like to sit on their seat, right? And they have no motivation to enjoy the heavenly pleasure, right? And so on and so on. So the king said that, who can help me to make this five side disappear, right? So one time he saw the Buddha disciple, right? And he said that he thought that was the Buddha, and he said that I want to take refuge in you. And later on, he know that is not the Buddha, that is just the Buddha disciple. And he said that I'm not going to take refuge in you. And so the Buddha disciple said that, okay, now the Buddha is in the monastery down there. You can go there and meet him. And he went there and he met the Buddha, and he asked the Buddha that about the Vidi, right? Where the Vidi come from, right? The desire come from. The Buddha said that come from the ignorant, right? And where the ignorant come from the inversion of the truth, right? That means when we see, let's say that all things is impermanent, but we don't see as impermanent. That is the inversion of the truth. Does it make sense? All things have no self, but we thought that we accept that as a self, because in reality we thought that it's always there as it. Therefore we attach to it, and so on and so on, and many things go on and on like that. And one, he be able to understand from the Buddha teaching, and he said that now I would like to take the Buddha refuge into the Buddha forever, right? So when he do that, he be able to all the five sides from his body is eventually disappear. Is that is that realistic? Do you think?
Well, it matches with other teachings that the blessings gained from taking refuge in the Buddha are, they're immeasurable.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems reasonable given the other teachings.
Think about this. Let's say that the person who are depressed, right? They have the depression for many years. No one can help this person. Even he go to see the psychiatrist or psychologist, they just temporarily help you just little. But if he have the good chance to learn Buddhism, well, through the Buddhist psychology, all those things, and he or she be able to understand the Buddha teaching, And he know how to turn the negative thinking into positive. Usually, the reason we are suffering, the person who depressed, they are easily suffering is because they hold on their feeling, they hold on their emotion, and they always have the negative thinking. That means make them even suffer more and more, make them heavy, more heavier. Does it make sense? But now he be able to understand it, the teaching, right? He be able to transform and reframe the mind. Automatically, he released from that. Just like he the one who tied the knot, and he the one who untied the knot. The suffering and the happiness, it's just like our hand right here. We have the back side of the hand, and we have the front side of the hand. You just turn the back in from the back to the front, just like that. Nothing else. It's very quick. The suffering will disappear when the wisdom appears. The darkness will disappear. That means the wisdom represents for the happiness. Very important. When the people who have the inversion of the truth, right? Just like Putin, the more he attached to it, the more he hold on to the power, the more he hold on to his ambition, the more he dig himself into the hell. But he know if he'd be able to know it and to have the inner shame and the shame before order arrive from his mind, then he will decrease his ambition. Does it make sense? He will decrease his evil action because of the mind. Everything comes from the mind. Then you know what? He will go back to from bad to good. Just like Asoka king. He very evil king at the beginning. But when he converted into Buddhism, he become one of the most beautiful Buddhist king who support the Dharma in the Buddhist history. You see? So the evil and the goodness, it's just like the hand of both sides. You just turn it. That's all. Nothing else. That means the mind, if we have the different, we just change our perspective, then we can change the outlook. So the Buddha said that everything is the creation of the mind. So one he told that to the king, and the king be able to be convinced, and he want to see the Buddha, but he still have the doubt in his mind, but he still want to go to see the Buddha, but he still have a doubt. But anyway, remember in this chapter here we are learning about which one protect earth from the greatest fear, right? We learned this thing from the guide to Bodhicitta, right? Okay, hold. Let me see. Let me close this. Okay. the power of protection from the great fear. That means the king in the great fear. Which one is represent for the power of the protection? Tell me, what do you think? What can it be the power of protection?
The power of protection from using the mantras.
Huh?
Using the mantras for the power of protection. No.
Well, that is also one too. But in this story here, nothing mentioned about the Dharma, the mantra or whatever, right? Oh, the Dharma. Oh, you're talking about Dharma? Oh. You mean the Dharma, right?
Well, yeah, I was meaning mantras, but
Oh, the
yeah.
mantra, the mantra. In the story of Ajatasatru, nothing mentioned about the mantra.
Okay.
William, what do you think? What is the power of protection?
In the story. Well, I mean, the first protection is the arising of shame within oneself and then in front of others, because then that can lead to repentance. And those are all like a bridge of the establishing of bodhicitta, of empathy for other people, as opposed to simply taking my view alone that says, okay, I kill my father, it's going to be better for me because then I get to be king and I can do whatever I want. That's a very self-centered thing. I don't think about, okay, well, now my father's dead, and I'm not necessarily even thinking about really holistically how that would affect me firsthand. So while I think it appears to be a distinct thing, the shame arising, I think it's unified with ultimately developing compassion, because we wouldn't feel shame unless we felt something was wrong. We wouldn't think anything was wrong unless we concluded that other people matter and that their suffering is like just as significant as ours.
Yeah, you mentioned the first thing is very important. That means the same, right? In the same and same before order. That is the two technique. It will help the bad people turn into good. That's the first thing they need to have. That's correct. Due to that, he always claim on himself, right? He said that my father is he a perfect king. He never do any bad thing. And I am the one who kill him. That's really bad. And therefore, I don't know whoever can be able to help me to overcome, to kill my to make my offensive karma disappear, right? But at least with that kind of shame become so strong. That's why it leads him to meet the right person. And with this kind of shame here, it's so strong. Even he met the wrong people, those wrong people cannot convey him, cannot convince him, right? Because he's the one who already been through all those disaster. He have a lot of experience already, and now you tell me that doesn't make sense. He well know about this. But when Tivaka, right? That is the one tell him, okay, Buddha is the best doctor in this world. Can help you to kill your sickness. Through many different stories. To help to calm down his mind. Remember, I tell you the story about one of the when I was in 2019, right? On the April 2019, I helped with this lady here she had the final stage of cancer. And during that time, I was just a novice monk, only for 6 months. 6 months. And I have a chance to the Boy Scout group, right? They invite my teacher to help them to teach the kid at the camp. And during that time, my teacher he was busy, and he assigned that to me. He said, "You can go and teach them." And therefore, I have an opportunity to go there and teach them. And therefore, after the class, I met the old lady. She about in the age of 70. And she was Catholic. Before, she was the Buddhist. And she turned into Catholic. I know after that. Anyway. And she told me that when I see you, what he said, when I saw you the first time, I don't know why. I have a strong emotion that I want to talk to you. And I have an important thing to tell you. And I was surprised. I said, "Oh yeah, yes, ma'am. What happened?" And she told me that she have a friend, the young friend. She about 45 years old. It's about her daughter, right? She have a final stage of cancer. And she said that this lady here is she have a wish that before she passed away, she wished that she can see a monk, the Buddhist monk. And that's why she said that's why this is the first time I saw you. It happened. I was the first one. That means it's I have a I and her name Ying. Ying, that means the patient, right? I and her have a very strong, good affinity in the past. I don't know her till the time she near death. So I told her that I told the old lady that yes, but I also I told her that I just became a monk only 6 months. But if you don't mind, I can try to help. And she said that, well, let me talk to Ying first, and I will tell you later. Okay. So that was on Saturday. And you know what? On Sunday, they finished the Boy Scouts camp, and she rushed to the temple, and around 2 o'clock, I think. And I have the online class for the kid during that time. And she wait outside. I was in the room, and I did not. She came in. I didn't know that. And after I finished the class, I came out. I saw her, and she said that I was here and I wait for you maybe almost an hour, something like that. I said, "Oh yeah." I invite her to sit down, and we talk. And she said that Ying, she want to see me. And I sit down and I have a conversation with her for at least 1.5 hours. The reason I want to talk to her a lot is I want to understand Ying's situation. The more detail, the better. So when I come there, I know what to do. The more information, the better. So I told her that tonight I do have the class online at 6 o'clock. That means our class right now. Maybe after that, 7 o'clock, I will go and visit her. And she give me the address. And I go with the layman, the lay person here. The first time when I saw her, when I stepped into the room, she very welcomed me, and we talked a little bit, and I just asked her, "How you doing? Everything okay?" I did not share the Dhamma because I want to get used to the family first. I want to see how things going before we can speak, right? I just say reading, that's all. And I told her that, okay, I will try to come here at least 1 or 2 a week to visit you, because it takes 1 hour to ride there. It's not near, it's 1 hour, almost 1 hour. Because I don't use the Toro. I don't go Toro. That's why it takes longer. Okay. So the second time I go there, I also just talk little, not much. But on the third time, when I came there, I see the condition is right for me to talk. Because I understand her situation very clearly, about 80%. I know her family, and I know her situation. And she was the one who she divorced. She was divorced, and she 3 kids live with no, 3 kids live with her for 3 years. And right now she said that her ex-husband is give her a lot of trouble. Oh, he the one give her the most crazy trouble, even on the near-death situation. The first thing I said that this is what I said. If someone harm you and always give you a lot of trouble, have you ever have any ill will or resentment against them? You know what she said? She said no. And I praising her, and this is truly praising. I told her that you are a very good person. You have a loving kindness, and you have a compassionate heart. Why I say that? Because every year you send money home to help the poor in Vietnam. That's a good thing. You know how to generate your do the charity work and to generate the blessing. And secondly, you always treat others with love and kindness, even the person who gives you a lot of trouble. I also know that the lady, the woman that with her husband, ex-husband right now, that is the woman that about maybe more than 10 years ago, that when she first came to the United States, Ying is the one who teach her the nail and salon, right? About the career, and give her job, all those things. And now she the one that asked Ying to give her a chance to help her. And Ying also know that her ex-husband using this opportunity to harm her. And she also willing to give that chance. Well, I say, I did not talk about this in front of her, but I just said that you truly have the love and kindness and compassion. So today, I will share you the most important teaching in Buddhism called Bodhicitta. Just listen carefully. And I share her the Bodhicitta to the Buddha life, right? In the past life. That one time the Venerable Ananda asked the Buddha, when your first initial generate the Bodhicitta, and the Buddha told that when my friend and I were the layman, the human, right? We both commit very heavy karma. We die and we went to hell, and we are the one who flew the train, right? And the demon king, they use the steel whip, the whip on both of us, crazy. It's like the animal. Right? So and at that time, the former life of the Buddha, he saw that his friend is about or more cannot be able to endure the pain, and he stopped and he went in front of the demon king and told him that please be kind to my friend. You know what? The demon king get angry and he whipped him from the top of his head all the way down. He died instantly. Due to that, he be able to escape from the hell body, the body of the hell, and be able to have the heaven being body. And when he became a heaven being, he said, he think to himself, oh, what did I do in order to be born in heaven? And he used his heavenly eye to see it. He saw that he just came from the hell. Due to his compassionate mind on that second, right? And he died on the spot. For that compassionate mind, he be able to be born into heaven. Okay. I also share many other stories. And I also show her how to make the vow, how to forgive for 45 minutes. After the Dharma, I stopped. And this is what she gave me the feedback right away. I did not ask for that, but this is what she said. After I listened to the Dharma, I feel that on my head, the dew water, it dropped on my head to make my because she have a lot of pain, because the tumor it came to the brain already. It caused her a lot of pain, and she said at that moment all the pain is disappeared. It worked just like magic. You see that? Suffering and happiness is just the way we change the perspective. Nothing else. If we know how to use the mind, we in control. If we do not know how to use the mind properly, we will suffer. So so that kind of sharing I said to her, and that is the first case I helped when I became a monk. And that is the most wonderful case it's a wonderful experience. But anyway, since the day I helped her to the day she died, about 2 months. Yeah. So it's about time. Okay. Anyway, so today I just want to refresh that our mind is the center. Our mind is the creator, not God as the creator, but the mind. Our mind is our creator. It creates everything. Our mind is the artist, right? It can draw whatever they want to draw. You can draw mountain, you can draw environment you live, you can draw everything that you make. You can also draw your own body. The body could be heaven being, human, animal, hungry ghost, even hell. Right? Any question so far? Tammy, so far so good, Tammy?
Yes, thank you for sharing that.
So this is so powerful. If the person who in need, and the whole purpose is to uplift their spirits. That is what the loving kindness and compassion about. The blessing we gain from this is measurable. We don't need to use the money or material to help others, but we use our loving kindness and compassion to help others. This is the Bodhicitta. Okay, let's stop right here. Tell me, go ahead.
May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with heart of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Yes, it's in here. They say compassionate and wise. Compassion without wisdom is not compassion. Remember that. Okay, it's something else. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Tay.
More fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice evening.
You too. Good luck on your job. Okay?
Thank you.
Yes, good luck, Tammy.
Thank you.